Jimmy Kimmel Live. I am your guest host for the night, Brie Larson. Thank you. Jimmy couldn't be here tonight. He is recovering at home. And Jimmy, if you're watching, we're thinking of you and we wish you the best of luck with your new butt implants. But actually, Jimmy had a big primetime special with Norman Lear tonight, so we asked him to fill in. So we're gonna have fun tonight. They let me pick my own guests, and I picked some really good ones. He is my co-star in the upcoming film Just Mercy. The great Jamie Foxx is here.
Well, at the end of the last film, of course, Hope had gone from a hurting woman who had an estranged relationship with her father, a broken relationship with her missing mother, and she was very cold and she was very calculated and detached emotionally. But by the end of the first film, she's healed so much of the trauma that she has with her father, and she's in a much, much happier place. She's fallen in love with Scott Lang, who is Ant-Man. And so when we pick up the second film, you can see all of this beautiful evolution that's happened in her, where she's in a much happier, healthier place. She's also taken on the mantle of the Wasp, which was her lifelong aspiration and goal. So she's satisfied, she's got a great relationship with her father, but things are not so good between her and Scott Lang.
Well, Ant-Man was actually just a long teaser for the Wasp, right?
Exactly, of course, yes. He was just setting me up. That's what that movie was about.
She's definitely Team Captain America. Say that, you know, she's openly going to be Sharon Carter in the next movie. When in the comic books, you know, they Cap and her had like a, you know, a love affair. We get to sort of explore, I can't say we're going to that extent of it, but they're certainly getting to know each other, and they know who each other are. You know, different people. You know, they're all the different camps. So hopefully, people are happy with it. Very similar moral compass, and that's sort of what they admire.
And my friend Michael DeVell Wynn was writing a play called Up Against the Wind. And the play was about Tupac. I played Tupac. It was amazing. We did it at Juilliard, crushed it.
You know, one of the disciplines is trying to make Loki a three-dimensional, believable character. And the thing that I'm, I suppose, hardest. I'm my own worst critic, and I'm my own worst enemy like that. But the thing that sort of I found most challenging was every day having to inhabit the truth of his emotional heartache, you know, to try to sort of think myself into a place of destructive rage, of jealousy, of ambition, of arrogance and tyranny, and have it all fueled by this psychological damage that he's been through, that he feels cheated and betrayed by his brother, by the world, and however, that is the great joy of the character. That's a lot of meat on the bone for any actor to chew on, and it's my enormous privilege.
Hyper intelligence and like great judgment calls happening from her. Certain actors, when you work with them, it just feels like there's like nobody else in the room, and you can kind of drop in, and that's what it was like with her, especially in those moments, that dusk shot.
I was on my way to pick up my daughters from school when I heard that I got the role. Well, I didn't show up at school because Detective Pikachu, he doesn't know who those two little girls are. Who are they? He doesn't have a wife. No, he's a little yellow guy. Lives in Rhyme City in a briar patch or something.
That's great. But yeah. Well, I have.
You just came out tonight. That was perfect. That's how a movie star walks out.
See, I know how to walk. It's like a different persona, that comes on when I'm on stage. Like I know how to walk in heels, and I know how to do that. But in my day-to-day life, me and my dad walk the same.
Okay.
Which is not necessarily a great thing.
No.
We call it the Coltman Trudge.
Radiant, carefree, dreamy. Adrian, the fragrance.
Here we go.
Oh gosh, thanks so much. That means a lot. Thank you.
How just bad.
So fun. I mean, there were so many challenges, so many things that were new for me, like working with green screen, and how the kind of imagination that takes, and then doing all the physicality, and then just getting to work with such seasoned, incredibly talented people, to get to work with the likes of Cate Blanchett and to get to see.
I don't help anyone.
I could do it too.
This is what you think of me.
I did,
Where are you growing up?
I do spend a lot of time back in Massachusetts, and my mother, my mother and my sister, my other sister and their family, they all still live in the same house that we grew up in. So when I go home, I'm still in the same house that I was studying for math tests in.
I mean, same bedroom, everything?
Same bedroom. I mean, I took some posters down.
Which ones did you have up?
They were bad. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Casting avec une directrice de casting qui est spécialisée dans les castings des films Marvel, qui s'appelle Sarah Finn, qui est géniale. Donc premier casting avec elle, ensuite deuxième casting avec elle et le réalisateur James Gunn, et ensuite ils m'ont envoyé à Atlanta pour faire un screen test avec Dave Bautista qui joue Drax, parce que j'ai pas mal de scènes avec lui, et voilà, et ensuite je l'ai découvert.
She is the head of a government-funded group, Section 9, that fight cyber terrorism, which she believes to be humanity's biggest threat. And through this journey of fighting terrorism, which is what she's tasked to do, she embarks on a path to self-discovery in a very unexpected way. I don't want to say it's an alternate universe, but it's certainly, I think, what I would describe as the not so bright, not so distant future.
Yeah. First time I stopped looking at the green tennis ball that represents the Hulk. It was funny because we were, the last couple of months, it just felt like you wanted to get to the end, and all of us were like, how many more days are left? How many more days? And this last week,
They also said I was the worst cast member, but come on, there's a lot of competition for that.
Anthony Michael Hall and I had the old offices of Belushi and Aykroyd. We asked for bunk beds with NFL sheets.
Did you?
Yeah, we thought, just give them a long rider, like you have a bunch of demands. They're like, yeah, let's give them that. Now write some funny stuff.
The thing about Gareth, which is kind of phenomenal, is that, he just done this one other film with such a small crew, small budget, and now he's here. And you'd imagine that would be overwhelming. But he's still just as funny as probably rehearsals when he might have been freaking out. But he still has a sense of humor. He doesn't lose his cool. He knows what he wants. He's able to talk to the actors about story. And then because of his background, he's able to talk about the technical things and have in his mind how everything's going to work in special effects. And so he's...
Yeah, Hall H, the panel, was there for Avengers Age of Ultron. And we showed a little sneak peek trailer, I suppose, of what we've been making recently. And we're still making right now, so it was great. Everyone who was sitting in those seats wanted to be a part of that universe, to be on that team. Purely because, and it's not that thing.
So when the series starts, we're going to find Wanda and Vision a little confused. They appear to have found themselves in a sort of idyllic American suburban 1950s black and white life, and they realize they're in some sort of sitcom. And then as the episodes progress, they begin to realize that they're hurtling through the American century, decade by decade, week by week, and Vision begins.
Secadora, tenazas, daña mucho el cabello, ¿verdad? Yo necesito más que un acondicionador. Mucho más.
Nuevo acondicionador diario 3-Minute Miracle de Pantene. Penetra en tu cabello para reparar hasta 3 meses de daño en solo 3 minutos.
Tu cabello más suave y brillante, de adentro hacia afuera. Cámbiate a Pantene.
Y notarás la diferencia.
Pantene es mucho más que un acondicionador.
Good. And one more festive item. There is a very cool new holiday product I've been working on. This is not your typical celebrity endorsement thing. This is something that I invented, something I've been developing for a long time, and I'm thrilled to debut it here tonight.